Hello everyone, my name is Hector Mendoza. This is my email address. If you ever wanted me to explain in greater details about videos that I have posted in YouTube, you can email me here. I always help several adjusters in Symbility and Xactimate. Presently, these are the videos that I have already posted. This particular one here is an 8-part series, and it explains about being an independent adjuster from the date that you think about getting your license all the way to doing the inspection. So this other videos here, there are videos where I have gone in and breaking down Xactimate in smaller sections, normally about 30-minute sections. So you can just look at those, rewind, or pause the video, and if there's a subject you'd like, you can view my videos. Okay, so what I want to do today is I want to talk about creating exterior plans in Symbility. Okay, so in Symbility, it's a little bit different than Xactimate. There are some similarities, but not. It is different. So let me explain how to do this. So I have a house that I sketch from from the bottom to the top. So let me open up this claim here, and for right now I'm going to delete the exterior so that I can show you how to add exterior. So remember, we're talking about exteriors. So if you click here on diagrams, you right click and you add an exterior plan, this is where you would do your exterior plans. Okay, so right now we're on our exterior plans. The canvas and your menus look different than your roofs and your floor plans. They have less pull downs, menus that you can use. See? Okay, so we're going to go to the exterior plan. So these are basically this one here is I'm going to delete that. So when on yours, this is basically what you're going to have a rectangle, you're going to have a triangle, and you're going to have auto create. And those are the three that you're going to use. So we're going to talk about the rectangle and the diamond or triangle first. Okay, so let me show you this plan here. So here's my floor plan. You see, so this is the front of my house. Okay, so let me show you what, well, I haven't created it. So this is my front of the house. So, we have a little 5-foot section here. Then we got like a 9-foot section here, and it just goes this way, right? So what I have done to make this thing faster, I've created this in a different program so I could put the measurements, right? So we're going to draw this. So this would be my front elevation. So, and the way we would do that is we would go to exterior plan. Now this is one way of doing elevations. So I'm going to show you the first one. So basically I have a section, and everything is going to be 8-foot sections, right? Because my walls are 8-foot height. So we're going to change that to 8. My first section is actually 5 feet. 5 feet 3 inch. Whoa. Oh, you can't use commas. 5 feet. Then you got to use your colon. Okay, and then you don't have to hit inches after that. So what is it? 5 3, right? Now that's one of the sections. I'm going to hit Control C, Control V, and what it is for the people that don't like commands is copy and paste. Okay. Now I showed you once. Now I'm going to just use copy and paste to make everything faster. So the next section is 9:3. Then I'm hit Control V again. The next section is 13:8. Okay, 13 feet 8 inches. Then we got a small little section. Now there's ways that I can move this. I can use, if I use my left arrow, it's going to move everything this way. So I'm going to use, excuse me, my right arrow. Just see, now that gives me more area. Another thing I can do is I can close this right here, so I have more canvas. I'm going to just click here, and then it moved everything, so it gives me more canvas. So 13, so 9, 13. So we're going to hit Control V again, and this one here is 2, 7. Okay, hit Control V. We have another one that is 15, 7. 7. Okay, and we're almost done. Hit Control V, and this one is 10, 4. And the last one. Control V, and this one is 210. No, 12, 8. 12, 8. Okay. Now here, this actually looks like this. You see right here? I have a gable right there. So the way you do that, see right now, you see all these little squares? If you move these things, it moves everything with it. It enlarges it. No matter which one you use, it's going to proportionately, enlarge that room or elevation controls. Okay, now if I right click and go to my vertex mode, all of a sudden, see, this is a round circle, that's a round circle, round circle. Now I can turn it into a gable. Okay, so let me hit Control Z to undo, Control Z. This time instead of right click, I'm going to move over down here. You see this vertex mode? That's what that right clicking was, the same thing. You see now all of a sudden they're round little circles. That makes that square or whatever you have there edible. Now, so I'm going to fit, zoom to fit. Now the thing that we have also is I have a window, 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 door, window, window, right? So so here I have 2 windows. So I can click here and I can right click and add windows, right? Then so what I would do is I would get the first one, which is 210. I would click here. Whoa. 210. Okay. Oh, hit the wrong. 210. Okay. So now I'm going to just enlarge this area here. Okay, so I can see it better. So it's 210, and the height of my windows are 410. So I'm going to click here. 410. Okay. Now See right there? I have two windows next to each other. So all I gotta do is hit Control C, Control V. And so now I got two windows there, right? So then there's no windows here. Here, there's a window right in here. So I'm gonna hit Control V, and there's a window here. And I could put a door here right now, but since I already have this pasted in my pasteboard, then I'm going to keep on going and put in all my windows. So right in here, I got two windows next to each other. So I'm going to click here, hit Control V, and then I'm going to hit Control V again, and there's my two windows. Now the only thing I have is a door, and that door is right here. Okay, so if I click here, right click, I can hit Add Door, right? Or I can click here and go down here and Add Door. Same thing. And that one's only it's a 3-foot door. See, 3 foot by 6'8", and that's 3 foot by 6'8". It kind of goes right there. So now that is one way to do an elevation. So real quickly, I'll explain what all these things do. Okay, so if you were like this, and let's say that you were way down here and way down here, and you want this thing right that center at pretty close, pretty big, all you would have to do is click this zoom to fit. Okay, it gets everything. Now, if you were down here and but you only wanted this section that this is the section you were going to work in. You want to see it in the center of the screen. If you click here, since I have that selected, it goes right to that. Okay, so this other thing is just zoom to 100%. This is to zoom out. You know, you keep on zooming, it goes, it zooms out, so you're getting further and further. Now, if you want to bring it in, you know, be careful what you have selected, because that's what is going to go up, what you have selected. You see, now if I go down and I select everything and I zoom in, now everything zooms in center. Okay, I'll talk about those. I saw some other stuff that I'll talk about later. So zoom in, zoom out. Here, you really don't have your freeform. You do have your pan, which is, you know, you can go back and forth. And then you always want to hit reset to get your mouse back. Okay. So you can insert photos. Let's say you wanted a photo here. So I don't know, for your purpose, you know, for whatever you want, you can click here, go to insert, and then you can go to photo. And so it's not doing nothing, right? But if you click once, then you can go in and navigate to where your photos are. So let me see right here. So we're going to open it up, and then if you wanted to put a caption, I'm just going to put it front. Okay. I don't know if you would ever do this, but you see, this is what we just drew. Okay, see, here's that. Then this section is this part. This section is right here. This section is, there's another wall right there. This part is this part. This part is another section right here, and then this one is that. So, so that's how you would create an elevation. And, you know, like I said, if you wanted to bring in a photo, you could do it, bring it in here. And then you can add it. You can actually edit that photo by putting in some you know, you could draw on it, do whatever you want, but I'm not going to get into all this. So we're going to close. Oh, cancel. So now I want to go back home, right? So, so we go back to the. So the way you get back is you go to your, you click here, and it's going to take you back to your elevation. Okay. So we're going to delete that because I was just showing you how to bring in some photos. We don't need that thing in there. And then remember, if you don't like the way this is springing back and forth, you can always click here, and then you see this little pin. You click on it, now it stays there permanently. So, you know, you can, these are called annotations. So you could go in here and create some annotations. Like, for instance, let's say you had text, and then you could put wind direction, and you could go in here and show them where the wind direction, or let's say that you can click here and you see this little arrow. You can move this arrow down here. You could put, you know, hail damage to window screen, or whatever you want. You know, so this is your annotations. Another thing, and you know, there's a lot of other annotations. You can play with those. You can change the font size. You can change the color. You can change the, you know, if you want to fill the inside with a different color. I got mine set to red because I like that color. It's easier for the examiners to evaluate your stuff. So, so that's your insert. And on your views, you know, there's a lot of things you can hide on your views. For instance, you see, you got your exterior diagram here. If I don't want that there, I can delete it, or you know, hide it. You see this? If I wanted to delete my compass, I can delete that just by doing that. You see the scroll button? If this thing's ever missing and you can't figure out why you can't scroll up and down, it's because you accidentally selected that. Okay, so and the easiest way to get back, well, I mean, you can just click home, but when you're having problems trying to get out of this Windows, the easiest way to get back is just hit your exterior plan, and that gets you right to the home location. So, you know, so let's say you had a mailbox, something sitting in that elevation. You can click here, and then you can, you know, put, because you have to have a placeholder so that when you create your estimate, and that's going to be later on, or you know, let's say you had a barbecue grill. Oh, or I shouldn't have, oh God, I hate when that. Be careful when you double click it, man. That thing comes up, and that thing is slow. And when you're about to do the estimate, it takes a while to load. I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't take so long. I gotta wait for this thing now. That's another thing I'll teach y'all later on. Okay, so let's close that thing. So, you know, you can right click and rename. Okay, so Now, let's say that I wanted to combine, I didn't want a bunch of rooms, I just want one elevation. I can actually select everything, right click, and merge shapes. You see, now it's one shape. Okay, another way to do this is you select everything, and then you go right here, merge shapes. It turns it into one. So let's say if you had a square, then you had a triangle. Now let me show you. Let's pretend this thing is big. So if I try to change this triangle, you see, everything will reduce proportionately, and because these shapes are basically created, proportionally created the same, it snaps to that side. But look, you see how tall it is? If I went in here and try to make it short, look what happens. The whole thing, it proportionately reduces. But let's say that I just want that thing to go down like this. I would click here, right click, and go to the vertex mode, and now I can change it, right? Or I can click right here. Let me deselect. You see, it's a square. It proportionally changes. You click here, you go to vertex mode, then you can change it to the way you want. You could even, you see, there's a little thing here. You can click here, you can click here, and then every time you move, it adds more points. So let me show you. So I'm going to move this right here. You see, between here and here, there's only 1, 2, 3. Now we're about to have 5 of them. Look, actually, it didn't. Yeah, cause it's proportionately moving those. But normally, when you change this, here, let me go in here and put a. If I click here, and then I go to vertex. Look, there's 1, 2, 3 points, right? If I click here, now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I click here, just move it a little bit. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So in between whatever you move, it adds points, and they're edible. But if you deselect and then you try to move it, now look, everything, right, that one area is going to move. But if I click like this, it all proportionately enlarges. Okay, so much about 1D elevations. I guess that's what they call them. I'm not sure what they call them. So the easy way, hit zoom. I'm going to delete all this. Okay. Now, there's one more way to create elevations. You see this little button, this auto create? First of all, you have to have 2 plans. You got to have a floor plan, which I think I have one here. Here's my floor plan. So this is a floor plan to my house. Come on. There it is. And then here's my floor plan. Excuse me, my roof plan. Okay. So I drew this on top of the house, on top of my roof. Okay. So now we're going to go to exterior plans, and we're going to create. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. So if I go to auto create, if you're doing flood, they usually want you to draw the whole exterior, okay? So, and because you're going to power wash the exterior, or sometimes up to a certain amount. So all you would have to do is grab this guy, click right here, and then hit done, okay? And now, see, it automatically created. It didn't put no windows in there because all I wanted to do is just do the walls. And that's what you're going to use if you're in a flood and they want you to do the paint, clean the exterior. Okay, so now, so what I can do is, you know, I'm going to go to my reset view. I'm going to leave this here because that is for power washing. Okay, so I'm going to create another one. This time I'm going to tell it add exterior plan, and on my exterior plan 2 I'm going to rename, and I'm going to call walls with windows. Okay, so now this exterior plan is going to have everything on there. See, it's already selected here. We're going to auto create. So I'm going to grab this. You see that orange line tells you that that's the bottom of the ground. That's the, you know, first level. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the roof on top of that. See, if I put it here, that's where the roof would be. But if I put it here, they're going to put it on top of the rooms. So I'm going to hit done, and I'll show you the other way. So it's better showing than talking about it. Now all of a sudden it's generating. Now, oops, Control Z. You know what it did? It deleted everything. That's okay, because I wanted to show you this other thing. So we're going to generate it, and I'm going to make that mistake. You know, I'm going to click and drag, and then this time I'm going to click and drag. Look, I'm going to put it right there so you can see what it does. And I'm going to hit done. It still did it. Supposed to put this thing at the bottom. The reason why it worked is because that elevation is told to be 8 feet high, so that's why it's working. Okay, so so here is the all your elevations. Now, you know, here you could, let's say there's a skylight. You could actually put a skylight right there and make it to the size that you want. Okay, whatever you do here, it's not going to change your elevation and your roof. This is only for this elevation, not for your regular floor plan. And let me show you what I mean. So if I go in here, copy this door, paste it, and put it here, it's not going to do nothing to this plan down here. Or let's say that I was here, I hit Control C, Control V, add another window down here. It's only changing this one plan. It don't have nothing to do with your regular plan that you inserted in here. Okay, so let me see what else I can. So you know what zoom is. I talked to you about the blocks, the skylight. You know, you can add windows. So let's say down here you want to add a window. You can click window. Here, let's say you want to add a door. You can add doors. You can delete by clicking this, or you can just hit your delete key. You know, then so you can delete or delete. And remember, you can click copy, copy, and then you can paste. Okay, I use Control C, Control V, and that's basically all you have. And then of course you can estimate to this, or you can estimate to the first one that we drew. Okay, so I think we already talked about the views. We talked about inserting, same thing. You know, you can put annotations here. Uh, there is something that you can do that you really got to know what you're doing. But you see, if I click here, um, no, I've been not even explaining this because I actually there was this one guy that messed up one of his claims. Well, I'll show you, but if you click here, well, it's not going to let you do it anyway, so that's good. Okay. Um, so remember, you have your free rotate, and then these are not going to work here. That's basically all that I want to talk to about elevations. If you like my video, post it, saying that you liked it. Put that hand up or whatever they do. Thank you for watching my video.